So Jerry, you are a YouTube chef. Tell
Yes.
me about some of the things that you like to create and cook, what you're known for.
Yeah, you know, I really focus on sustainability, food waste, and just using whole ingredients. I like simple, basic. I think if you have good food, good ingredients, you don't have to worry about it and you don't have to overwork it too much. It makes delicious, tasty things.
So what are you gonna be making? What do we start with?
We're gonna make a salami. So we have our spices here. So this is a prune-based salami. So, you know, if you have like a gorgeous charcuterie board, well, I'll use quotes since we don't have any meat on there, but you know, you can put all this great California-grown produce, and we have a prune salami that we're gonna be making. So I have some.
It looks like meat.
It does, right? That's the whole point, to trick you, right?
So you have these prunes that you've already cooked down?
Yeah, so these prunes have been cooked in Marsala wine, some balsamic vinegar, and a little bit of soy sauce.
Okay.
And so the reason that we're cooking them in those is first, we wanna soften them for the salami. In order to like puree it, you just wanna soften them. You could just do it in water, but why not just use flavors, right? So we're using all these flavors. So we kind of cooked the sauce down just till they kind of got nice and jammy. Then we have all of our spices in there. We're just gonna add this into our food processor. The end result for this product is somewhere between like a salami and a pate, but it works really, really well for you know, a board. So then we're just gonna pulse it so it's nice and smooth.
So these recipes are easy ones, right?
They're super easy. Like, yeah, they're super easy.
You're not gonna challenge me too much.
No challenges at all. So once we get an even consistency on there, we're gonna add in some almonds. So I have some almonds over there if you wanna grab those. We'll add those in. We're just gonna pulse it enough to fold them in because they're already kind of pre-chopped.
Okay.
And
what do the almonds do when you add those?
just a nice texture for it, you know? So that's what I like about it. It kind of adds a little bit of crunch to the quote unquote salami. I'll stop using quotes, but but just enough to kind of pulse it in.
Almonds, another great California product.
Exactly, exactly. And when it kind of comes together, that's the perfect texture right there. So I'm gonna walk you through how to make this into a salami roll. Are you ready for that?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, and I'm also gonna show you my trick for parchment paper. So we're gonna take some parchment paper. If you've ever worked with parchment paper, you always know it always rolls back up, right? So a real easy trick for controlling parchment paper is just to crumble it up like you're throwing it away.
Oh man, okay.
And then like uncrumble it.
And then now it's gonna lay flat.
It'll just do exactly what you want it to do, right?
Perfect.
Isn't that great?
Okay.
Okay, so we're gonna take this and we're gonna transfer it to the parchment paper and we're gonna shape our salami log. Now it's gonna be a little rough, it's not gonna quite be that way. Once it's in the fridge for a few hours, you can kind of form it into like what exactly you want. If you wanna grab a spatula right there, we'll take this out.
All right.
There you go. Okay, so
I'm a good assistant.
There you go. You're hired. Okay, so get this out. We're just gonna put the puree on the parchment paper and then you'll kind of just fold the parchment paper over to form the salami. So it's gonna look a little rough to start with, but it's okay. Once it's in the fridge, it's much easier to work with after it's cooled off.
Tell me a little bit about your inspiration or just how you thought to do this recipe.
Well, I really wanted to showcase like that sort of extreme savoriness of prunes, right? So like prunes are, like I said, they're really versatile. They're great for sweet, they're great for savory. And it's like, I think when, you know, thinking about salami, you definitely don't think about prunes, right?
Yeah.
And so I really wanted to showcase that flavor profile. Like we're using a lot of different spices in this recipe. We have like a bunch of different herbs. We're also using nutritional yeast, which kind of brings that cultured flavor and protein to the recipe too. So it's kind of nice. So you're just gonna take this over and then fold that up and kind of fold it under.
Oh, I'm gonna do it.
I'm gonna walk you through it.
Okay.
So you ready?
Take it up.
You said you were a good assistant, so I think you can do it.
So about right there?
Yeah, and then just start shaping it kind of into a log. There you go, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah, and just roll it all up.
All the way to the end?
Yeah, all the way to the end.
All right.
And then you're just gonna tie it off like a party favor on the end.
Like that?
Yep.
I need some ribbons.
And we're gonna put it in the fridge.
Okay.
And then once it's cooled down, you can kind of
So you don't there's no more cooking. So
that's it.
How long do you leave it in the fridge?
I would leave it in the fridge for at least a couple hours.
Okay.
For a couple reasons. One, if you feel it right now, it's really squishy, right? So you can't really do much with it. But secondly, you want those flavors to kind of just meld. So we have a lot of spices over there. We want those flavors profiles just to come together. And so like being in the fridge kind of helps with that too.
Okay. So this is one that's been in the fridge for a while.
This has been in the fridge for a couple hours now. As you can feel, it's pretty cold. And we'll just, usually I will cut it with the paper on because it just kind of keeps everything in shape and makes it a little easier. So you just cut right through it. And you can see it kind of has that sort of pate, sort of meat looking, you know.
Yes.
You want to try one?
Sure.
Feel free. You got this one or?
Just peel it. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Want like a cracker to go with it or anything? Or?
Well, crackerless, pretty good.
Yeah? Easy prune salami.
So you're saying you can also do this like a fig?
But it's just, you know, I think that what makes it great is like you can kind of have it with this board and, you know, and everyone can partake, right? It's like extremely accessible.
Right.
Everyone can enjoy, get some gluten-free crackers,
So you
have
say
some.
put some other accompaniments.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.